What's going on, y'all? This is Jacob. I run Secret Society of Goths. If you've ever seen those stupid memes online that said at Secret Society of Goths, I made all those. All those concert edits that you see on Instagram, I made all those. I started this page a long time ago. At first, it was just memes. It's kind of evolved into more of like a music thing over the year. And I always had the intent of kind of parlaying over to YouTube, but I had no idea how to do it. But lately on Instagram, I've been making more like in-depth edits, and I didn't want them to just be flushed out of the algorithm. So I decided to make a YouTube series where it puts all my edits together in like a variety show form. I'm kind of going for like a CKY DVD in 2024. Anyway, here's the first one. GOTH-182, Blink-182's connection to goth. Let's go. So in 2004, MTV premiered MTV Icon The Cure, featuring tribute performances by bands like AFI, Deftones, Razorlight, and Blink-182, who seemed a little out of place at the time. So what were these chodes doing there? Well, as it turns out, Mark Hoppus has said in several interviews that The Cure was a huge influence on him, and even saying that they're the reason he started playing bass in the first place. Robert Smith also made an appearance on their 2003 self-titled album on the song All of This, which is actually pretty a banger. Actually, that whole album is pretty much Blink-182's most dark wavy album, and I really recommend everybody listen to that one for sure. All in all, throughout Blink-182's career, they did end up covering 3 Cure songs, which were A Letter to Elise, Boys Don't Cry, and Just Like Heaven, and they're all live versions, so have fun digging those up. And the first Angels and Airwaves record is the same Flock of Seagulls knockoff 12 times.
It takes talent to play country western. It don't take no damn talent to play that mess. I mean, a damn 15-year-old punk can do it.
Man, that edit was clunky as shit. Anyway, I remember when the MTV Icon thing was going on air. There was a really good Metallica episode, but by far the Cure's episode was the best one. In fact, it had such a profound impact on me that I was positive that other people had the same experience. So I hollered at my buddy Chaz from Choir Boy to tell me what he remembers, and this is it right here.
You know, no one talks about the emo pop punk to goth pipeline from the early 2000s. But I was there, and the MTV Icon, Cure Icon was like a pivotal moment for a lot of us who pretended that we never went through an emo phase. And the MTV Icon, I think, was 2003, 2004-ish. So I was like 14, 15. And I think that it came out on Halloween, but memory is a fickle thing, so don't quote me on that. And I remember in 2003, 2004, I was already a huge AFI fan. I was a huge Blink fan. Still am to this day. And I had known The Cure. I loved their song End of the World that came out on the self-titled in 2003. But as a 14-year-old, I only knew the hits, if I'm being honest. But this thing that happened was this weird, like, allowance or endorsement from bands that I absolutely loved and wanted to know more about and wanted to engage with in some way. It was them saying, hey, these are the people that we love and we want to engage with in this way. And it was this kind of weird, like, beautiful thing where it had like all the MTV stars of the time. I think like Kirk Hammond was on there from Metallica talking about people. They had Fred Durst. They had like the guys from Good Charlotte. I think even one of the dudes from The Rapture was on there, if I'm remembering correctly. I need to go back and watch it, maybe. I mean, I could have done without the drunk Marilyn Manson, but I mean, it was 2003, 2004. You couldn't get away from a drunk Marilyn Manson. I don't know if you could still get away from a drunk Marilyn Manson. But I remember seeing like my favorite bands of the time covering their favorite bands, and something clicked in my brain that opened a door for me to explore this band that I had already liked, The Cure, and tried to learn a little bit more about them and explore why the bands that I loved sang about the things that they sang about, and they learned how to do that from this band, and I thought that seemed really important to me. And even I've watched those covers back. Blink does A Letter to Elise, which is from Wish, which is my favorite Cure album. And AFI does Just Like Heaven, which an incredible cover. Also, I remember being a 14-year-old and seeing Davey Havok's pink eyeshadow and just being like, oh, that's it. Also, I think he blows a kiss to Robert Smith at the end. Just so beautiful. And I'm lucky enough to know Davey now, and I just feel like it makes it all the more charming. When I watch the covers of the Blink cover, and I know that like Deftones were on it and some other stuff, but I don't really care about the Deftones. Whatever, come at me. But the Blink cover and the AFI cover, I feel like I still hear like Sculpture Club influence in there, right? And it's like this punk version of goth music or whatever it is, and it just was a pivotal time for me, maybe more than I knew at the time. But watching those videos back now, it's just like what a cool thing.
So dope. Anyway, so I want to share something with you a little special. The other day, or I guess maybe it was a week ago or so, the band Jet Cemetery performed their first set at Mohawk in Austin. I got to go there and get the whole thing, and here is a little edit of that. Alright, moving on. Next up, we got this edit I did called The 3 Eras of AFI. That basically just breaks down the 3 main different eras of their career. AFI has been one of my favorite bands since high school. I've been fortunate enough to at least talk to Davey online. Real encouraging dude. Here it is, the 3 main eras of AFI. The 3 eras of AFI. Let's go. So basically, I've been noticing that younger people that are starting to get into AFI are having a hard time really wrapping their brains around them because of how drastically different the albums can be. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 3 main eras of AFI, starting off with the hardcore era. The hardcore era consists of 3 main albums. Answer That and Stay Fashionable, Very Proud of You, and Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes. After that, we got 2 transitional EPs. We got the Fire Inside EP and the most perfect EP ever, All Hallows EP. After that, we move into the horror era, which consists of Black Sails in the Sunset, Art of Drowning, Sing the Sorrow, and December Underground, which I consider to be more of a transitional album into the next era, which is the post-punk era. The post-punk era consists of Crash Love, Burials, The Blood Album, and Bodies, which I really enjoyed. Like and subscribe.
Secret Society of Goths. I knew about you already. It wasn't that secret.
So here's a picture of Xander and I. He's another online goth person. Really cool dude. I ran into him at Cheer Up Charlie's in Austin during a night ritual show, and here is a little edit of that performance. All right, moving on. Here is a picture of me and Josephine from the band Vosh. Really great industrial act. I caught them at Lost Well in Austin. It was one of the last shows of the Lost Well. Really sad that club shut down, but here is an edit from that performance. Okay, here's something a little different. So in Austin, there's so many shows going on all the time that when you promote yours, you have to do weird shit to make yours stand out. So here is a little commercial I made for a show I had a couple of weeks ago.
Warning, this video contains explicit material not suitable for
What up, Austin, Texas? This is Jacob from Secret Society of Goths, and I'm coming to you today to tell you about a show we have coming up at Hotel Vegas Wednesday, December 18th. Coming up, we have 3 of the most promising local up-and-comers. We have Vestite, Past Model, and DJ Plaything. Doors open at 9, $10 at the door, 21 and up, so leave the kids at home. Well, that was awesome. We had a great turnout that night. Everyone performed awesome, especially Past Model. Past Model is one of those bands that, like, I always have them in my, short list of artists to hit up when I have a show to play. They're always down to play, and they always kill it. And just to prove it to you, here is an edit of them performing that night. Okay, now we're going to do this week's top 5 on the Secret Society of Goth Spotify playlist.
Trying to run me over with the fucking car?
I could totally fix her. Anyway, it is 20 degrees out. I am 500 milligrams in. Let's talk about the playlist. First up, we got one of my favorite industrial acts. We got Machine 13 with their song The Crow. We've had this one on the top 5 before. They're getting ready to release some new music, so we're putting that one back up there to get you ready for it. Next up, we got another really good industrial act out of LA. We got the God Bombs with their cover of The Cure's Killing an Arab. It slaps all day. Check it out. Next up, we got MTTM out of Germany with their song In Your Skin. Got some more straightforward post-punk vibes here. Check it out. At number 4, we got Goth's first deaf superstar, Spiral Teeth, with their hit Monochrome. It's a great one. Listen to it. Next up, we got Indonesia's most feared darkwave band. We've got Camlin with their scary-ass song, Ronnie. They have some music about to come out too, so keep an eye out for that. Take it easy. We're down to our last segment, guys. Is My Chemical Romance goth? This has been an ongoing debate for years and years now, and today I'm settling it. Is MCR goth? I'm so fucking sick of this question. Let's go. The short answer is nah, not really. Although goth isn't a genre by itself per se, there are several elements music has to have before it's considered goth music. First of all, it's got to be dancey. Goths wear boots, so they can't mosh because of the boots, so they gotta dance. The next thing is pretty obvious. It's got to be spooky, and, you know, credit where credit's due. And probably the third and most important thing is it's got to be atmospheric, and that's usually achieved using synthesizers and lots of reverb. And you're just not going to find a whole lot of that in any MCR song. All that being said, I'm a huge MCR fan. I think their first 2 albums were 2 of the greatest albums of the 2000s. And even though they're thought of as one of the biggest emo bands of all time, I've always kind of thought of them as a post-hardcore band, even though they did absolutely kill emo. And that about does it, guys. Thank you to everyone who made it this far into the video. Like and subscribe. I plan on having these out about once a week. And if you want to support me and my project, I'm going to put my handles up here because I don't believe that Patreon should get a cut of your support from me. All right, y'all take it easy.